Good morning, everyone, and welcome to 12 Volt News. I'm your host, Dean, co-host Fernando. And today we're going to talk to you all about the fun and exciting things that is the 12 Volt News. But before that, weather. Fernando.
Yes.
Talk to me. What is the weather going to be like today?
The weather right now is a 79. Beautiful weather outside. The high is going to be 89. The low is like 77.
100% chance of rain.
It's 199% chance of rain in Florida.
It's funny too. Like, you used to be able to set your watch by the 12 o'clock showers we get, and now it's like 5 o'clock.
But what I'm surprising is right now it's been super hot than the other years, right?
Yeah.
It's like crazy. Over there, Texas.
Oh, yeah. Well, I mean, it was hot there last year.
Vegas.
Yeah.
It's been like super crazy. Like they have alerts for, heat.
I mean, when we were there, it was 114.
I know. I'm sorry.
Yeah.
I feel for Doug and all the peps over there.
Yeah, I mean, the funny thing is like we were like the rain we've been getting.
Yeah.
It's not like just rain. Like every day is a freaking monsoon.
The sky is falling every day.
So it's funny because have you seen any like posts from like St. Pete or Tampa?
Yeah.
Because like their drainage system is just crap.
Yeah.
And here's the irony in all of this is you would think they would fix this because it's not like it's new. Every year when we get a tropical depression or some form of a weird hurricane that comes through, it always floods. And like, we got to clean out those, or we'll clean them out. Clean them out. Like,
but why we have to clean it? Because it's going to happen again.
So no. What it is there's junk that gets debris. The debris builds up inside of them, and they need to go and blow them out.
Yeah.
And they just don't. We could only get about 10%. Okay, have you guys? We've all seen city crews work before. They're like the most inefficient crews ever. It's like four guys holding signs, one guy with a clipboard, two guys work. I mean, it's a joke. It's the running joke. So that's why. But anyways, sucks to be them for sure. Yeah. But anyways, the rest of the world, Springfield checking in at 54 with a high of 80.
Very nice.
Dude, 54. 54 sounds nice right about now.
I think 54 for us is too much.
No, 54 is perfect, man. That's hoodie weather.
I think it's a blanket weather for us.
Either way, I can't wait. I'm looking forward to 54, man.
Okay.
I mean, it'll be fun. Morning, 60 with a high 91 in Pacific Northwest.
Very nice.
On my way to start another 600 yards of concrete pour.
Ooh,
man, you have fun with that. And luckily, the last one went pretty well. So
keep building shit.
Good luck today. Yeah. East Tennessee checking in with 63 with a high of 83. North Carolina, 60 with a high of 81. See, these are all good.
Yeah.
Morning from San Diego, 67 with a high of 89. Oh, that's good. That's going to be nice. Phoenix is going to be 90 with a high of 112. Yeah. Oh, for sure.
Doggy.
I mean, we were talking to them over there yesterday, and they're like, yeah. Doggy Fresh in the house. I'm waiting in nature to soften this ground up again. South Carolina, 65, 80, but overcast all day, no rain. It's kind of like a tease, right? Good morning from soggy Arkansas, 72 degrees. They've been getting all the rain we've probably been getting. Heading to South Carolina this morning.
I always ask, why is Arkansas?
What do you mean, why is it?
Still an S in the end. It's not Arkansas. Arkansas? Arkansas.
Moving on. Doug reporting in at 88, 110. Coming. Checking in from Woodsboro.
Yeah.
Woodbridge. Woodsboro sound better. It's like thinking of Foxborough. Anyways. Button 5 startup shirt in the future. No. Hello.
No, that will be just a polo.
No.
5-star. Yeah.
I have, but no, I only wear them when I'm teaching a class. What's up, Marty?
But you're doing it right now.
No.
Every Saturday,
73
every Friday.
with a high of 88 in Texas.
Yes.
Really? We are loving it. I would be loving it too, as hot as you guys been.
Nope.
I watched Arturo's video last night, and he was talking about how hot it is in Texas. I'm like, come on, man. Like, wah. What's up, fellas? Button up, autocorrect. Move the up
count.
in the previous count. Oh, okay. It's okay. It's okay. Amy Gilroy checking in at 59 degrees in Vermont. Hey.
That's Amy?
That's literally
yes,
what it says.
I know.
And hey, for those of you that are interested,
yeah,
if you'd like to fade to black, if you're trying to figure out like where we get these stories from, or you want to read more about the stories that we have, head over to CE Outlook, where Amy does a great job at curating the show for us. So thank you, Amy, for doing your job so that we can pretend to do our job. There's always links in the comment or the show notes. One of those places. Yeah. Anyways, check it out. Stillwater checking in at 72. The weather there has always been beautiful. I know it sucks at times, but every time I get to go, weather's beautiful. So, good morning. 67 in Vermont or VA. VA, Vermont, Richmond. Yeah, sure.
Virginia.
Virginia. There we go. Richmond, Virginia. Sorry, Vermont has a T. We just learned that. Social studies. When I did an Alaskan cruise, it was 50, and I was in a t-shirt and shorts the whole time. I mean, that's cool. I mean, we went in July, so the weather was fantastic. It was gorgeous. I mean, it was cool. It was nice. You're on the boat. I mean, we froze our butts off every night. We never closed the door. It was fantastic.
Fantastic.
Amy's getting ready to go there, I think, next month, the last cruise of the season.
Wow.
Yeah, I know. I was like, have fun with that. I got other stuff to do. 64.
You almost like, I really want to go.
No, I don't have.
The last one, bro.
Dude, it's way too much money. 64 now, heading to 105 in Central VA.
You just do that, and that's it.
No, I have the other one I have to pay for. Toronto, Canada, 70 with a forecast of rolling thunders base.
Believe in yourself. Always believe in yourself.
What's up, gentlemen from San Diego? What is up with you?
What's up, man?
Oh, that's weird. But it's like one comment, but it's not. How long have y'all known about the Horizon 10? Did Jeff tell you all about it years ago? So here's the thing. We've known about the development of the radio for a while. Key features and stuff like that, not so much. One of the most important things, which we're going to talk about, is the waterproofing. Like, that was really the catalyst for the development of this radio. Like we met the guy who designed the skins now, all the pages and all that, because they hired a guy to do that. So we had a nice little talk with him early on in the development of it. So we've known it's been coming out for a while, but most of it was a surprise for us, because I got to be honest, it's not really anything on our radar that we get too involved with, like that kind of thing.
And even that, keep in mind, when manufacturers, companies start talking about products, it might make it to the end, or they might not. So it's
which just for sake of this, like the integration of the DSP and all of that stuff. So being able to control that was actually in the High 10. Like the original High 10 was able to control the Phoenix Gold DSP.
Yeah.
And they pulled it out. So my buddy Nathan, who was working on the project at the time, he came up and we played with the Phoenix Gold software and the radio. We're like, this is freaking cool. Mm-hmm. It just didn't make sense back then to do it, which it did make sense back then to do it, because if they would have done it back then, more than likely the Phoenix Gold DSP and the whole line would probably still exist.
The Ampro.
And more people would have adopted that, because they could do some crazy stuff with it. Or like a lot of the times when manufacturers come out with stuff too early, they, like Kicker and DSP. Now it's like, oh, hold on, slow down. Whoa, what are we talking about? Or Kenwood with DSP,
new technology,
or Alpine with half
about
of the stuff that they've developed over the years. They just kind of walk away from it because, like, well, we came out with it early, no one adopted it. So, like you said, Amp Pro. When Amp Pro came out, it was like, well, people aren't buying it in gangbusters. Like, dude, it's available for like 24s. Like, give it, make some more of them. So. A lot of stuff like this is vaporware. It takes years and years to develop it. So,
but it's great when you see it. When you talk about like years ago and now, it's like, oh, dude, remember this?
Right, but the iterations of it, it's like they keep changing. Like we found out a lot of the stuff when you guys found out a lot of the stuff, because it just you just get dull to it. It's like, what are we're working on this.
Oh yeah,
fantastic. Mm-hmm. When is that coming out? Okay, great. So, and I like surprises too.
Yeah, for sure.
So, always thinking Fernando people in Kansas pronounce Arkansas.
Yeah, see, that's what I'm talking about. Why do you keep yes out? It's awesome.
Top of the morning to you, Mary Lou.
Hey.
Very nice.
Very nice.
Kicker IQ for sure. All right, well, we got some new news, which we were just talking about. So we're actually not. Yeah, you know what? Let's just jump right into it, and we'll start with this. So, Stinger announces the new radio. That's right. It's out. It's coming. It's coming.
It's out.
No, I think it's coming. Yeah. Some of the features on this that we're really looking forward to. My personal favorite thing on this whole radio that I could almost care less about everything else is the fact that it has 8-channel preamp out. Mm-hmm. I hope this sends a ripple through the conventional radio manufacturers.
Yeah.
Like just pisses them off so bad, because this is one of those things, like, for God's sakes, people, why do we not have this in the radio yet? It's not like we don't have the room. It's always been the excuse, we just don't have the room. Are you kidding me? Like, there's nothing but room in these things. Give me this feature, for God's sakes. I'm blown away. I'm pretty sure right now there are people, the radios that already exist that we know about, are going, shit.
I feel that it's people right now and it's people, they say, dude, that you don't need that thing.
No, and we know that they had to fight to get this feature.
Yeah.
Because we found out after the fact, and there again, most of the people just didn't understand why they would need it.
Correct.
Which, this is what happens when you have a lot of these manufacturers that don't do this for a living. Okay, and what I mean by that is they're not car audio people.
Well, they probably doing it for a living, but they're not involved.
No, what I'm saying is most of these people have never put a stereo in a car before.
Right.
They're selling products, they're designing products, and they have no idea what it is this is for. I mean, when we went to audio control, and the girl that was boxing up the LC7Is, I said, do you even know what you're doing with that piece? Do you even know what that is? She said, I have no idea.
No.
And it's like, which is fine. It's like, she's a lady boxing.
I get paid. It's my job.
Done. Why would somebody want this thing? It doesn't exist. And because we're innovators, we come up with new cool stuff.
Yeah.
No. So, there again, this is one of the reasons also why we don't want to know these things, because
it's frustrating.
They just it's frustrating beyond belief. Deaf Bounce is releasing a single DIN with 8 pre-outs. Okay.
There you go. That's great. What is cool about this is the integration kits available are for the Jeep Wrangler JK 2011 to 2018, Jeep Wrangler JL 2018 to 2023, JT Gladiator 2020 to 2023, Ford F-150, Chevrolet Silverados, Toyotas.
You realize
Rams
it's the same lineup that's available now.
Yes. Well, I know people are going to ask.
Well, no, but the easiest.
Yes.
Instead of reading all of that, you could just say all the kits that are available for a high 10 are going to be available for this.
Hang on. When we say, hey, this piece is the same as this one, and then you figure it out.
So
and you're
all of these kits,
it's not the same.
No. So all these kits, all the kits that exist now have to be modified in order to fit this radio in them on the back side, because there's a new harness because of the IP65 rating that it has, which was the most important thing. The catalyst that started this whole development cycle was the fact that, one, obviously stuff can't last forever, and two, they needed something that was water resistant for the Jeep crowd. Yeah. So the Jeep crowd drove a lot of what this radio is going to be capable of doing, because they sell a ton of them to those guys.
There you
go. So yes. Now, are there other features? Yes, like we talked about earlier.
Oh, it's plenty.
Being able to control, so it has 3 USBs. It's wireless CarPlay, Android Auto. There's a USB-C that is for wireless CarPlay and Android Auto. So if you need a charging connector, new people are coming in the car, whatever, the wired side of it. The 2 standard USBs, one of those is going to be, so if you have an audio-controlled DM product, basically anything with an onboard DSP, you'll be able to plug it directly into the radio. And you can use the 2 apps that are available for it. You can do the full Tune app, which I'm anxious to see how that works. We were talking about it the other day, because anything shy of a laptop, it's been kind of laggy. So, and I really don't see it as a useful, maybe doing the fine tuning portion of it. Cause when we're sitting in the car doing the fine tuning is nice, but I don't know if I could do it on the face of a radio.
Dude, I just see it right now and it looks like my dash. So I'm like, dude, it's not a bad idea to put it.
Anyways, The second function that I'll have with audio control is the regular DM app that allows you to do presets and subwoofer volume control.
Yep.
I see that one being much more useful. It also has the standard EQ built into it if you're not going to be doing the audio control that you can also layer on top of the audio control. So it'll give you finally a global EQ setting for audio control, which is nice.
Yeah.
So when you combine the two together, you'll be able to do that. And there's a slew of other features that this radio is going to come out with. Hopefully at some point we'll be able to do an unboxing review of it. It's got a ton of stuff. This is one of those where I'd say click on the link, head over there and kind of read a lot of the updated stuff about it.
For sure.
We've talked about it on, I think, Instagram and maybe already one of last week's live. So this is going to be a big deal.
Yeah.
There again, still not iData compatible. I think that was probably the only thing that I thought was kind of a bummer because there again, with its feature set, I think having iData, and I get it, they're competing brands, but still, I think having iData capability in this would have been a smarter move just so they could expand on how many other cars that this could go into that people may want. So that's my thought on the matter. You good?
Yeah. No, I was just reading the comments about people, if you don't know the product, right? You cannot just say, "Oh, this is junk."
Well, no, we don't need to get into that because
Right.
I really, stupid is stupid. You don't report on stupid unless they're falling into a hole, and then you can report on it. In new product news, there's more. If you're a Harley guy, Diamond is shipping for older Harley motorcycles. So earlier this year, we talked about, and there again, this platform from Diamond is a pretty impressive platform, being able to utilize multiple preamp outputs. There again, this has multiple preamp outputs, as well as the power in the unit individually. So it's got a lot of neat features that I don't think most people quite understand, but it gives you the ability to do a lot of stuff. So it's just like, oh, I can't use the amplifier power because I'm using this preamp. No, they allow you to do all kinds of neat stuff built in the radio. It's for a Harley. This one is basically a version of the radio that doesn't have the iData RR built into it. So for the older radios, this will just slide in and give you all the cool functionality. So you don't have to buy the expensive one. You can buy the cheaper one if you don't need all those, which kind of makes sense. I mean, it kind of makes a lot of sense.
Yeah.
So if this is something that you're excited about, well, there you go.
If you have an older.
JL Audio gets into dash cams. I'm sorry. Garmin gets into dash cam. Hey, it's the same company, right? Yeah. Anyways, Garmin, I'm shocked it's taking them this long. I feel like they had to have this before.
Yeah.
But here we go. We got, in the race to let's make 1 million dash cams because we can just stick them to the dash and everybody should have one. Agreed.
Yeah.
Thinkware. Garmin is introducing 3 new dash cams with a plethora of excitable things that they can and can't do. One of them is the size. They make this little compact guy here, which is super small, that it goes unnoticed on the dash. Which, hey, if you live in a
just
scummy
be careful
part of town,
because you might lose it.
Yeah, I get it for sure. But there you go. It's one of those cool things.
No, like you said, I feel that they took so long to come out with that. I
don't think it matters. I'm surprised it took them this long. We knew they were coming. Here's the problem.
But I we make this not for a car, for a boat. Like
dash cam for a boat?
Yes.
Why would you?
Why? Because
I don't even know why. Why not?
Yes. I mean, you leave your boat.
So here's my thing. We had onboard navigation forever and ever and ever, right? They were the revolutionary of sticking on top of the dash, and people still buy those things, which is silly because they just use their phone. But this would have, if you would have integrated this with the map, the stuff you could do. Everyone wants geotagging with their camera. We'll just have the Garmin navigation system with a camera facing forward that sits on your dash. I don't think it gets any more. I mean, there was a lot of neat stuff they could have done with it. There again, ideas and money usually are two different things. How much something costs versus how cool the idea might be. There we go. Garmin has had dash cams for many years. All right,
there you go.
Well, this is the first time you've reported on them, Amy. So
yes.
I'm just kidding. Not really. But no, Garmin is throwing that. I just feel like right now dash cams are all the rage.
Right now,
just
yes,
because they're on our radar. We
highlights.
have, Kenwood just came out with their new dash cams. We're obviously working with ThinkWare with their dash cams. Garmin has 3 new dash cams. What is it?
Everybody
has dash cams now. Dash cams for everyone.
5-star dash cams.
All I have to say is that make sure you're posting your cool videos of all the fun and excitement that you have on Instagram. Screw TikTok. Don't put them on TikTok. I don't watch TikTok. Put them up on Instagram. Put them up on Facebook.
Dude, now you say that about Instagram. I follow this page about boats, and there's so many crazy things, crashes.
Oh yeah.
And dude, dash cam for a boat, I think is the best. I'm gonna go.
Well, I mean, they've had them for 4x4s forever. I mean, look at Kenwood. They had them for the Harley. They had the whole.
That's what I'm saying.
But it didn't sell. They've already discontinued it. It didn't sell.
Yeah.
Which is strange. There again, I don't know. We were talking about it yesterday. The new Kenwood dash cam, the rear camera is waterproof. So that's the one that'll have to go in the Mustang because it's convertible. So that'll be neat. That's just a matter of putting it in before I need it. That'll be 20,
30, or whatever.
Hey, did you know that there's another Jeep Wrangler kit coming out? Oh my God. Now we've seen this one. Yes. Believe it or not, we've seen this one. It is gorgeous. That box is gorgeous. Yeah. 100%. The box is fantastic. When we saw that box, we were like, you're going to make this? Because I was like, wow, who made it? It's going to be in our kit. And we're like, oh, wow. Yeah. So I will say this. Wet Sounds did an amazing job. All the plastics on this are gorgeous. It is an in-your-face system, meaning it's just like, which is cool because a lot of Jeep stuff want that. The rear speakers are 6x9s with horn tweeters. They got horn tweeters, the angle at you coming out of the dash. It's got a big amp, and it's expensive. that's okay, but relatively, like I don't think it's about the same price as the Rockford for this particular system. The difference is this does not have any integration capability built into it. No. You're going to get 2 woofers. You're going to get cut-ins. So the one thing they did differently than Rockford, which is funny because they're both owned by the same company, but neither one of them talks to each other, which makes great sense. So you're getting some plastics for the top that have the tweeters angled for you. They look gorgeous. You're getting drop-in boxes for the dash speakers because you're going from the 4 to the 6.5. They're still not doing cutting grills for the 6.5s. I would recommend getting a set of those from Metra so that you can actually hear the 6.5 through the stupid little 4-inch hole, which is the dumbest thing ever.
What are you talking about?
I don't know. Let's put a beautiful 6.5 behind a hole. It's like spend the money, get the Metra adapters for that so you can cut it open and make them the sound come through. And then we're putting giant 6x9s with huge horn tweeters right above our head. What? And then they make an option for tubbies in an amplifier specifically designed for this system. So this is about 5,000 something. The other one is 4 something. The total, if you buy all of the set, is 10 grand ish. But
the cool thing about this is the amplifier mounts under there.
It's a huge amplifier. Yes. This is a lot of wattage. Yes. It's a huge amplifier. Yeah. It's giant DSP amplifier. Yep. But you still need the integration. If you're integrating into the factory system, obviously they recommend you getting an Amp Pro, which makes total sense because the amplifier has DSP built into it. Yep. If not, like if you have a radio already, then you can just RCA plug it in. So this is an add-on to your system. Whereas the Rockford is a plug and play, it does everything, takes over the radio, does the whole 9 yards. This is not that system. No, this is like This is like $599 for this, $5,900. You can go to their website. And check it out.
Wetsounds.com.
There again. And then the tubbies, dude. The tubbies are like 10-inch tubbies that fire out the back of the Jeep. Are they 10-inch? Yeah, they're 12-inch.
I don't know. That's 800 watts.
No, well, it's dude, they're crazy.
Crazy.
Yeah. But cool. Hey, if you have a Jeep and you want one more option, now this will not fit the new Jeep. So for example, I had a guy come in that really wanted the Rockford system, but he has the power top on the Jeep. And the way that sits, the Rockford can't go in there. This would have been perfect for that.
Understand, yeah.
Because it would have been perfect. We'll see how it does because we needed one more Jeep system. So check it out for sure because, like I said, that box is gorgeous. Moving on. 12 voters feel election dip in swing states. I don't know if we needed the swing states in this. I just would have 12 voters feel dip in revenue. For those of you that are following the political scene and what it does to humanity and what the future of America might hold, kudos to you for having that kind of time in your life. But the reality is the rest of us that are just trying to get by in our day to day and deal with the nonsense of inflation and loan sucking and just everything else, just all the minutia and the cost of food and the fact that people are sitting on their wallets because of the I don't know what's coming. Is the world going to end? Because it's not like we didn't have this 4 years ago or 4 years before that or 4 years before that or 4 years before that. It's like, dude, it's like the Olympics. It comes around every 4 years. We watch it and it ends. So we're gonna elect somebody and the world is gonna stop. The world has not stopped. Okay, could it? Maybe. Nuclear apocalypse. Who knows? But either way, yes. As the cycle continues, the closer it gets to elections, people start to spend less money. Combine that with all the other nonsense that's going on. Yeah, there's a dip in everything. Mm-hmm. Like I was talking to a manufacturer yesterday, and they're like, "Hey, man, could you help us with this?" And I was like, "You realize that car is just not selling right now?" And they're like, "Yeah, we know." And it's like, "All right, well, Yes. All right. So back to this. Garmin had very small dash cams under a year ago. Yeah. And apparently now we have even more. Your old phone can be a dash cam to a point. Yeah, I don't want to be that cheap. I don't want to be that. Yeah. My dip in 12-volt line is because everything around my house keeps breaking. They're very, very, yes. Inflation is down. Interest rates are being reduced. I'm excited to buy a house next year. And there again, a lot of people have been sitting on these things. Mm-hmm. And Sue would love a new car for no reason other than she would love a new car. There's nothing wrong with her car. But I'm like, we're not buying a car right now. Interest rates suck.
Oh, you should buy a car, man.
No. Yeah. I don't want to buy a car. I think buying a car is just still use my old TomTom to navigate. Okay, well, some of the roads don't exist anymore.
That's right.
But regardless of that, yes, and I'm sure everyone out there is there again. Some people just don't care. Some people, thank God for you. Don't care. It's like, hey, tomorrow's Tuesday. You know what I got to do? I got to go buy a stereo. Yes, you do.
That's important.
That's important. I mean,
and it's very important.
Anyways, sorry about that, guys. Apparently, we just lost internet. The whole system went down. But that's the news, guys. That's the news. It's crazy. Yeah. So a couple things to look forward to coming up here in the coming days. Next week on Wednesday, we'll have Mr. Chris Bennett in the house from Zabco and EBS. Yes. And we'll have him in for a special show that we'll do. So we're not going to interrupt anything else. We'll have him here. We're going to talk to him about Zabco and EBS. So if that's something you guys are interested in, make sure to tune in Wednesday. We'll put up a show link so you can do that. Today is Friday, as we've all assumed. There may not be a show tomorrow on Saturday. He's going to be gone. And I just realized I thought it was next week. It's this week. I haven't lined anyone up to co-host with me. And I actually got stuff to do. So it was going to be a quick show just to get out of town. So there might not be a show tomorrow. So if you don't see a link, there's no show. I'm still on the fence trying to figure it out. I'll let you guys know. Other than that, that's pretty much about it.
You can tune in 5 Minutes with 5 Star later on Instagram.
So we actually stream this via StreamYard. Yeah. However, our internet we use a wired connection, but the whole system just collapsed on us. So right now we're using the old iPhone to stream. Hot damn.
Woohoo!
Shocking, I know. All right, guys. Hey, that's it. Have a wonderful Friday. Don't forget to tune in to Instagram where you can find us here in the Bay. No cars at the moment. We just pulled out the Bronco. It's going to get delivered and handed over to the customer today, which will be fantastic.
Oh, we have a car.
And we got one next. We got another one next week. So here we go.
Bye, guys.
You guys have fun. Have a wonderful night. Day. See ya.